One of the coolest things about the Audi Q3 is that when you're in the map and you hit search, you don't have to type or use the voice activation. You can just handwrite and be like, I want to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
D-U-N-K.
There we go. Let's go to Dunkin' Donuts and grab a cup of coffee. There are many ways to pop the trunk on the Audi Q3, but say your hands are full of groceries and you can't access your keys or the button back here, you can simply just kick your foot underneath the trunk and that will open up the trunk to a total of 24 cubic feet behind the second row and 48 cubic feet with the second row folded. Now, most cars in this segment offer 60-40 rear folding seats. The Audi Q3 here got a little clever. You have 40-20-40 split seats. Now let me show you how those work. So say you go shopping at IKEA and you have some long cargo that still needs all this room. Instead of kicking out a passenger and making them take Uber, you can still have two passengers in the rear seat because you could just fold down the middle seat and you have enough room for your cargo and enough room for two passengers in the back so your friend doesn't get pissed at you for making them take Uber while helping you lift heavy furniture from IKEA. And then say, for example, you're somebody that has no friends, so you take a solo trip to IKEA, so you need all the room you can use. You just pull this little strap here and it would fold the seats down. You can't do it from the trunk, so you have to come up to the second row and do it from there. The Audi Q3 carries a starting price tag of $34,700. The Prestige model starts right under $43,000. This here, as tested, is an optioned out Premium Plus model, and it costs right over $43,000. If you're somebody that likes their cars to be fully loaded, a fully loaded Audi Q3 Prestige with an optional color, optional wheels, and a sportier interior can run you over $46,000. So yeah, it can get pretty crazy. So if you want a fully loaded one, be my guest, but be very careful. The 2020 Audi Q3 is powered by the same engine in the Volkswagen Golf GTI. It is a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine making 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Unfortunately, we don't get the 400 horsepower Audi RS Q3 in the States, and I really hope that changes soon. Honestly, the only thing going 60 miles an hour today is the wind. Sorry if you hear any wind noise or the footage is shaky, my bad. The Audi Q3 here is powered by the Volkswagen Golf GTI's engine, but it is not that quick. 0 to 60 comes in at 7 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles an hour, and that means it is a full second slower than the BMW X1 and the Volvo XC40. Drive modes include individual, where you can just set it the way you like it to be, off-road, comfort, auto, and dynamic, which is sport mode. Fuel economy wise, the Audi Q3 gets 19 city, 27 highway. You have a 16-gallon tank capacity. I am averaging a total of 24 miles a gallon. Not bad at all. It seems like there is no end to our love of crossovers and SUVs, and automakers just can't seem to get enough of giving them to us. This segment is loaded with options. You have the BMW X1, you have the Cadillac XT4, Jaguar E-Pace, Mercedes-Benz GLA, Volvo XC40, and throw in the Porsche Macan there as well. The exterior design of the Audi Q3 is heavily influenced by the beautiful Audi Q8, so in my opinion, it is one of the best looking subcompact crossovers out there. Overall, it has a very sharp design, very crisp design, and for those of you wondering, it is smaller than the Audi Q5. Unfortunately, we don't get the Audi Q3 Sportback in the United States, and I hope that changes very, very soon. This is the Audi Q3 S-Line, so it does look a little bit sportier than the regular Audi Q3, and you can mainly tell the difference in the front end with the brushed aluminum trim going across right there, and you get the same brushed aluminum trim on the side right here. First of all, the Audi Q3 is bigger and longer than its predecessor. It is 3.8 inches longer than its predecessor, and compared to the Audi Q5, the Audi Q3 is about 7 inches shorter. Every Audi Q3 trim gets standard LED headlamps. This has the signature LED daytime running lights. That's what they look like with the indicators on. Let's go check out the tail lights, because each Audi Q3 also gets standard LED tail lights, and that's what they look like with the indicators on. As you can see, it has a sequential indicator. Looks really, really cool. 18-inch wheels are standard on the Audi Q3. The S-Line here gets standard 19-inch wheels, and if you want to upgrade to 20-inch wheels, you'll have to pay an extra $800. And I probably would do that because I'm a sucker for nice looking wheels. The Smurf looking color here is called Tornado Blue. My other favorite colors include Abyss White, Pulse Orange, and Tango Red Metallic. Those are my favorite, but this blue really, really stands out quite a bit. The interior on the Audi Q3 is simply amazing. Audi has some of the best interiors in the luxury segment with very high quality. And the cool thing here is that they didn't cheap out on the Audi Q3, even though it's one of their entry-level models. In fact, each Audi Q3 comes standard with an MMI infotainment system housed in an 8.8-inch touchscreen display This here has the upgraded 10.25-inch touchscreen display, but overall, the interior here is a great place to be. Now, Audi is known to have some of the best instrument cluster displays in the game. Even though this is an Audi Q3 and it's an entry-level model for the brand, they did not cheap out here at all. Every Audi Q3 comes standard with a digital 10.25-inch instrument cluster display, but if you upgrade to the MMI infotainment system with the navigation package, you get the popular 12.3-inch virtual cockpit display. Now, one of the most popular reviews of the virtual cockpit display is this navigation map display here. And the coolest thing is that you can actually zoom in and out. And it's a satellite display, or you can make it like a non-satellite display, but you can zoom in and out and you see how smooth it is. That's how any digital display should be. It should be glitch-free, very smooth, and not lag. And this is simply amazing. Other than the map, you have the ability to view your car info right here. Pretty cool. And then you can go over to your media. Right now I don't have a media connected because I'm recording with that media. And then you have phone, which I'm also recording with my phone. And then the map is obviously the best display out of them all. Now, there are 3 themes that you can have your virtual cockpit in. One is classic. It looks like that. Then you have dynamic. It looks like that. And then you have sport, which is my favorite, and that looks like that. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, every Audi Q3 trim level comes standard with an MMI infotainment system with an 8.8-inch touchscreen display. If you want a bigger screen, you get the 10.25-inch touchscreen display if you upgrade for the navigation package. You do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto across the lineup of any infotainment in any Audi Q3. This one here, the coolest thing about it is the navigation system. It's satellite view, it's regular view, it's a Google Map system. It's very nice, very easy, very smooth, very easy to zoom in and out of, and it's glitch-free. That's the best thing about Audi's infotainment and cockpit system, is that there's no lag, there's no glitchiness, it doesn't hang up on anything or anything like that. Now, to break it down a little bit, this is the home screen. On the side, you have a couple of icons: home, radio, media, phone, and then a quick access to your map. And then you have a bunch of icons here that you can actually move around if you just hold and shift them around. So you can have your home screen looking like the way you want it. Some items you want to access quickly, you can put them right there where you want them. Now, I know the Audi Q8, the Audi A8, A6, other ones have a dual screen setup. This has just a single screen and your HVAC controls are right here. Personally, I prefer having HVAC controls that you can manually touch rather than a touchscreen, because I don't want to take my eyes off the road and see if I want to change the temperature. It's just easier to spin a knob around. I like this setup better, but the dual screen system is pretty nice too. Now, the only thing that I don't like is that the screen is very prone to fingerprints. However, Audi has made it easier for you to clean it. So you go under settings, go to MMI, and then you can do screen cleaning, activate now. Now the screen is locked, and you can use this awesome Audi cloth that comes with the car and wipe your screen down and make it all nice and clean. And then you just hold this button here and the screen becomes activated, and you can start putting fingerprints on it all over again. Back at it, hey, Hot 97. Half a grand helping hand. We want to help. If you're into having a good sound system, make sure you upgrade to the $850 optional Bang & Olufsen sound system, because it is simply amazing. The seats on the Audi Q3 are extremely comfortable. You get standard heated front seats. Second row passengers get 36.1 inches of legroom, which is similar to the BMW X1. The Mercedes-Benz GLA has the least amount of legroom currently, but when the new model comes out, it will have the most at 38.4 inches. If you're tall and you're sitting behind a tall driver, you should be okay, but I don't know why just more people don't bother the passenger for extra legroom and sit behind them. Not much entertainment back here. You don't get heated seats. You do get 2 USB ports to charge your phone, and that's really about it. Most brands will charge you $1,000 or even more for a panoramic sunroof, but the Audi Q3 here gets a panoramic sunroof as standard, and it goes all the way back, lets a nice amount of sun in. It is tinted, so not too much sun comes in, so you won't get blinded by the light. You get a total of 4 cup holders. There's my hand sanitizer because we live in weird times. 2 in the front and 2 in the back. The 2 in the back are kind of small, but it can fit a medium-sized Dunkin' Donut drink, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, a total of 4 cup holders. Honking the horn in an Audi Q3. Pretty solid. Filming content at wind speeds of up to 18 miles an hour is probably one of the most challenging things that I've done in my life. Either way, now that I've answered all of your questions about the 2020 Audi Q3, let me give you my opinion on what I think about this awesome luxury subcompact crossover. Let's get to it. So any brand hoping to compete in the luxury subcompact crossover segment really has to bring their A game, and Audi definitely did. This thing is beautiful inside out. I love the interior design, love the interior quality, and I actually like the design from the outside as well. As a daily driver, this thing is insanely smooth, very comfortable, nothing too exciting. You do have a Volkswagen Golf GTI engine in here, but this thing is heavier and it is bigger. You have a drive select button, which you can circle through off-road, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. Once you're in dynamic, this thing does rev higher. The steering wheel does get a little bit tighter, but nothing too exciting. The excitement, unfortunately, is reserved for the Audi RS Q3, which makes 400 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, but we don't get it in the United States. We also don't get the Audi Q3 Sportback in the United States, so I'm pretty pissed off about that, Audi. What are you doing? If you're bringing the RS6 Avant here and you're bringing us the RS7, give us an RS Q3. Why hold it back? You have other cars here to compete with. Nonetheless, with things like standard heated seats, standard LED lights, standard MMI infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Audi is really making a strong case for itself in the luxury subcompact crossover segment. My top picks here are the BMW X1, Audi Q3, Volvo XC40. I would put the Mercedes-Benz GLA on there, but they're coming out with a newer model, so I'm gonna wait till I test drive that one. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Omar Drives, because that's where I get all the questions that I answer in these videos. And make sure when you subscribe, you turn on that bell notification, because that does something cool. And now I'm just gonna put this in dynamic mode, 0 miles an hour, and I'm just gonna send it, see what happens. Not bad, still didn't hit 60. 0 to 60 takes 7 seconds. I miss a Volkswagen Golf GTI. It's been a while since I test drove one of those things. Peace.